Arkatech is now live. Streaming Undisputed, PS5 Arkatech Gaming Fire www.arkatech.co www.arkatech.xyz Boxing Sports.
Welcome to the WBC Arena. The time is now as we get set for what should be an incredible matchup. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
Todd, always a pleasure to work with you. Always a pleasure.
It's time for our tale of the tape. A man that broke barriers. The one and only Joe Louis. He's 6'2" tall, 181 pounds, one of the best right hands in the business. And he'll face Deontay Wilder, 6'7" tall, with that massive 83-inch reach.
Remember, there's a shorter reach here, so now they have to slip inside. And
the Brown Bomber, Joe Louis. Deontay Wilder. This bout. A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. Now it's time to put up or shut up.
You couldn't...
And there's the bell to start the round. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. That jab had to hurt. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. This counterpuncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
If you're fighting a counterpuncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react.
Deontay Wilder rocked right now. He's in some serious trouble. This has been a very competitive round between these two. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep. Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Start respecting each other's punching power. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. Missing with, you know, the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. The perfect counter lands. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what?
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Keep an eye on this slugger. As you know, he's willing to take 3 to give 1. That's his game plan, and it's worked out pretty well for him so far.
Sluggers will hit anything and everything. Your head, your ear, your elbow, your rib, your belly button. They are an absolute terror.
They both want a highlight reel knockout. The Brown Bomber in some trouble as he survived the storm. Oh, Joe Louis just got one of the all-time greats. Joe Louis is down. He's got the advantage halfway through the round. The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again.
Joe Louis in trouble. No one knows a fighter better than their trainer, and this trainer is certainly considering maybe throwing in the towel after their fighter got dropped twice.
There's always a way back. Don't ever round anybody off.
Just keep him on the end of that job too strong.
They ring the bell, and here we go. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
He's back on his feet, but at some point you have to think about the next fight and not this one.
But now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Halfway through the round, and they've got some work to do to get back into it. When you're at such a reach disadvantage, you've got to find a way to work on the inside.
Done that before. Use your reach, use your speed. Frustrate the opponent. Made them make a mistake.
The straight right just misses. When are we going to see a jab from these two? I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. Beaten, bruised, and battered, but somehow he's still in it.
They believe their fighter.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Got to be feeling confident now after what happened last round.
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
We're not going to see as much footwork as the smaller weight classes in the heavyweight division, but we don't care. We want the heavy fists. Swing and a miss with that hook. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Joe Louis. So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here.
A knockout victory. That is God. Did you see the shot? That's not a knockout. That's an assassination. What a shot. Number one, there ain't room for two. There ain't no room. I am the one. Top two, but not number two. There ain't no room. Boom. Came in, cleaned up without a broom. There ain't no room. Still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room. Straight in, more pain, so more gaining. Here I came in, guns blazing. At Raven, you get weighed in. Been training, sick of waiting. Some failing, not plain sailing. Entertaining, check the ratings. Let me out, I don't wanna be caged in. Yeah, I'm ready. Who's next up? Pay attention now, yeah, your best luck. I like to warm up like a few jabs, and then I hit hard like a left hook. My style's unique, not textbook. Step to me, you get yourself messed up. Win or lose, still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room. Only one, number one. There ain't room for two. There ain't no room. I am the one. Top two, but not number two. There ain't no room. Boom. Came in, cleaned up without a broom. There ain't no room. Still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room. Only one, number one. There ain't room for two. There ain't no room. I am the one. Top two, but not number two. There ain't no room. Boom. Came in, cleaned up without a broom. There ain't no room. Still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room. Who wants it? Ready for anybody? I got this. They say you can learn from your losses, but victory tastes sweet like chocolates. Top of the game, you can't top this. Permanent sauce, never lost it. You came in the game and you flopped it. I came in the game and I bossed it. That's why me and you are different. I'm ahead, you lot are in the distance. Stay persistent and consistent. I'm the king now, this is my kingdom. Ready for takeoff, watch how I lift them. Take shots, it's rare that I miss them. Boom. Win or lose, still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room. Only one, number one. There ain't room for two. There ain't no room. I am the one. Top two, but not number two. There ain't no room. Boom. Came in, cleaned up without a broom. There ain't no room. Still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room.
We've got high hopes for this contest with these two fighters. Should be a really good matchup. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one, Todd.
Time for our tale of the tape. Deontay Wilder, 6'7" tall with that massive 83-inch reach. And he'll be taking on Muhammad Ali, 6'3" tall, the best to ever do it.
You want to get out of the way because when you've got a brawler that's in your face that wants to walk through you like a truck, you've just got to use your speed, use that reach, use that height, and keep them off you because if they get up close and personal, you're going to have no ribs left.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, an Olympic bronze medalist from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, a hard-hitting, sensational knockout artist, and a WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder. Fighting out of the blue corner, here is the Olympic gold medalist and legend of boxing, the only 3-time lineal heavyweight champion of the world. He floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee. The one and only, the greatest, Muhammad Ali.
Expectations are sky high for this fight. Will it live up to the hype? We're about to find out.
Take the phone off the hook. This is all I wanted to see right now, right in front of me.
So they stare into each other's eyes one final time, touch gloves, and get prepared for battle. And there's the bell to start the round. That right hand scored perfectly. Lucky that hook didn't score. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. This slugger has a unique mentality, doesn't he, Johnny? He just wants to win by knockout. He says if we go to the scorecards, it's a failure for me.
Speed generates power. Timing is everything. If you've got speed, you can pop, knock anybody out. You've just got to hit them in the right spot.
The right hook is scoring. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two. Punches being thrown to the wind.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Oh, and there he caught him with a stiff jab. That straight had to hurt. It's all offense to all. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Okay, how do you feel? How do you feel? All right.
They ring the bell, and here we go. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why not change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you still want to fight?
And Deontay Wilder just got clipped. And here he comes, finally waking up from that nap.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What did they do? What did they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
to me. Are you okay?
Well, they're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this fight?
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your skin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Nice counter punch right up the... Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. They get 1 minute between rounds. This fighter... We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Is this the beginning of the end after 2 knockdowns last round?
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do they do next?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are you all right?
So the referee says he can continue, but how much more does he have left?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, flashing up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
This fighter is all about finesse, using a lot of angles and lateral movement.
You're not giving an outside fighter time to think. You've got to make the fighter panic. You've got to rush the fighter into doing things they don't normally do.
Looks like he's leading halfway through this round.
No doubt at all. You can see who's winning. You can see who's got it in hand. You can see who's comfortable. Or is it like a mousetrap?
Straight right just misses.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come to me.
Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Something has got to change after 2 knockdowns in the last round.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
As it is in most heavyweight fights, don't blink, because one big shot and this thing could be over. No rest for the weary. Both men step back for just a moment. We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about what?
Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Got out of the way of that right hook. He threw the hook, didn't land. Just missed with that hook. That uppercut just missed. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. talk about Wilder in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
How do you feel? All right, breathe, focus.
Through the round. Don't worry about the knockdown. Don't worry about the tough round.
They ring the bell, and here we go. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little figure that pickpocket him.
That hook won't score. Through the hook, didn't land. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point. Failing to score with that right hook.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Well, Johnny, we're in the early stages here. What have you seen so far?
This can be so frustrating when you're in with such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
That jab misses. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
How do you feel? All right, breathe, focus.
Through the round. Don't worry about the knockdown. Don't worry.
And there's the bell to start the round. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
That right uppercut misses. Nice counter shot. This is the heavyweight division. One punch could end this fight.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play fast, play cool.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff. When are we going to see a jab from these two?
So close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Swing and a miss with that hook. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Wow, it was like two different leagues.
They ring the bell, and here we go. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart, be sharp. Don't be a fool, don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
So one of you draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you can hit, and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Deontay Wilder rocked right now. He's in some serious trouble. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though. He couldn't seize the moment.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep. What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed back on it. Like it never happened.
That jab doesn't score. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Every time they... Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bet. We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Punch, counter punch. There's nothing quite like a big heavyweight fight. Everything can change with one punch.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you've cheated, now you're going to find out.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Oh, Wilder just got clipped, and he's in a world of trouble. I don't know if I've ever seen him this hurt before. Pretty close fight here in this round. Trying to measure his punches now.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it. Being dazed now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
The straight right just misses. Deontay Wilder just got clipped. He settled back in, but needs to play some defense.
Defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Deontay Wilder rocked right now. He's in some serious trouble. Another win, another unanimous decision victory.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up there, one is down there. But you know what? The loser is going to have to learn a big, hard lesson. I totally agree.